Welcome to History in the Shadow, where we unearth the raw, unfiltered truths of the past. Stories so visceral, they'll shatter your view of empires and men. If tales of iron-willed warriors, thunderous hordes, and world-shaking conquests ignite your soul, subscribe now. Hit that bell, join the shadows. We drop these epics weekly, like if history's grip on you tightens, and share with fellow seekers. Now, step into the dust and blood of a legend who carved fear into stone. Noyan, the unbreakable blade of the Mongol storm. In the howling winds of the early 1200s, amid Mongolia's endless, unforgiving steppes, a land where tribes clawed for every blade of grass, a boy entered the world like a thunderclap. His name, Noyan, not born to shepherds or merchants. No, Noyan drew his first breath in the hearth of warriors. His father, a battle-hardened officer in the swelling Mongol ranks, pause. Wind howls SFX. His mother, woven from noble bloodlines that whispered secrets to the rising stars of the Khans. From that frozen gasp, Noyan's fate was etched, a life of thunder, steel, and unyielding horizon. Mongolia then, a cauldron of ceaseless war. Clans tore at each other like wolves over scraps, harsh earth forging men from bone and fury. Noyan grew in this forge, eyes wide on his father's drills. Ranks of archers loosing death from galloping shadows. Elders mapping ambushes under starlit yurts, blades honed by firelight every dawn. By 5, he gripped reins like a Khan's scepter, charging shaggy ponies across frostbitten plains. 7, arrows flew from his bow true as fate, splitting hairs mid-leap from horseback. 10, no longer a boy, he was schooled in the Khan's shadow, tactics that bent rivers to battlefields, commands that turned boys to blades. No toys for Noyan, no lullabies of peace. His cradle? The clash of practice swords. His games? Racing the wind on stolen steeds. Mentors drilled the warrior's creed. Honor in the kill, loyalty sharper than any edge. Mercy? A fool's whisper. Power? The only god on these steppes. He drank it deep, a cub shadowing the pack, teeth bared for the hunt. 15 summers etched him into manhood. No child now, a young Noyan, forged and fierce. His father, eyes like polished obsidian, bound him to Genghis Khan's growing host. An honor that scorched the soul. Genghis, the uniters, the storm lord rising to eclipse the heavens. To ride under his banner? To taste the future's iron tang? Noyan was ready. The steps called, and he answered. Transition, battle horns. VO quickens with adrenaline. Rising through the ranks, 12-23. Noyan's blood-fire baptism. 22 winters young, he thundered into the fray against a defiant tribe, bows singing, hooves devouring earth. Heart a war drum, he loosed arrows like vengeful spirits. 17 souls claimed that day, his blade a reaper in the haze. The tribe shattered, banners trampled. Noyan emerged not broken, but born. Whispers raced the wind, the young wolf strikes true. Even Genghis heard, ever hungry for wolves among sheep. Talent? He scented it like blood. Loyalty? It burned in Noyan's unscarred eyes. Thus, promotion, command of 100 souls. No mere rider now, a Noyan, bearer of lives, shaper of steel. The weight, a mountain on young shoulders. He bore it like a Khan. Drills cracked the dawn. Harder, fiercer than any Tuman. Discipline, iron law, obedience, breath itself, perfection, or death. His 100 feared the storm in his gaze, yet revered the fire that spared no weakness. Under Noyan, they became legend, flawless, unbreakable, the Khan's sharpest fang in the horde's maw. The great Khan falls. Genghis, architect of eternity, yields to the earth. Noyan, 34 and scarred, stands amid the pyres, a pillar unmoved. Ogdi ascends, son of the Thunder Lord, eyes scanning for proven blades. He remembers Noyan, the wolf who howls victory. Another rise, thousands under his banner now. General, architect of ruin. The 1230s bleed into conquest. Northern China's iron walls, the Tanget's defiant spires. Noyan leads the storm. Cavalry like black lightning, shattering lines, siege engines vomiting flame. Cities choke on their own dust. Knights crumple under hoof and arrow. Tactics? Genius woven from steppe wisdom. Bravery? A blaze no shadow dims. His Tuman? They would storm the gates of hell on his word. Faith absolute, for Noyan led from the heart of the maelstrom. 1237, Bada Khan, grandson of the eternal Genghis, eyes like steppe falcons, summons Noyan to his golden tent. The pinnacle, top general in the horde's western storm. Europe awaits, not the open plains of home, but stone fortresses, ironclad knights, centuries of rooted might. A new forge for Noyan's blade. The invasion? A scythe through winter's veil. Noyan's Tumans carve Hungary in 1240. Thousands thundering, bows darkening the sky. Resistance? Crushed without quarter. Towns that dare defy? Noyan's order falls like night, total annihilation. Flames devour thatch and bone. Men, women, children, erased in the Khan's name. Cruel? By our fireside tales, yes. But in that age's forge, it was doctrine. Terror the sharper sword. Fear the chain that binds without iron. Noyan wielded it masterfully. Efficient as winter's bite. Thorough as a grave digger. Superiors nodded. Bado himself, in kumi-soaked feasts, praised the wolf's precision. His name? A specter across the Danube. Villages emptied at its whisper. Knights quailed in their plight. Noyan, the Reaper, the unmercy incarnate. Fear was his vanguard, conquest its shadow. Yet honor tempered the blade. To his own, fair as the steppe sun, he shared the gale's lash, the mud, the frost, the arrow's wine. No tent throne for Noyan. He bled in the van, saber singing beside his sworn. They loved him for it, not as a distant Khan, but a brother in the storm. A warrior true, orders forged in shared fire. Noyan defies the simple scroll, neither demon unchained nor saint in silk. Cruelty? A tide in war's sea. Kindness? A hidden spring in his yurt's hearth. Loyalty? Granite to Khan and kin. Faith? Shaman's bones and Buddha's whisper, woven in his later prayers. A wife, children, loved fierce as any banner. Strategy set him apart, not brute thunder, but steppe fox cunning. He devoured European ways, knight's charges, castle veils, adapting like wind to stone. Open fields for his horse wings, sieges bent to Mongol guile. Each campaign honed him sharper, the horde's mind made flesh. The 1240s press on. Poland's green knights fall to his ambushes, cities ash under his gaze. Bada's praise echoes in golden halls. Yet Noyan sees beyond the kill, the empire's bones. Conquest wins land, governance holds it. What after the scream fades? How bind the broken? Age whispers these truths, turning the wolf to watcher. Music matures, wise percussion. VO gains gravitas. Wisdom and leadership. The 1250s crown Noyan in silver, 60s deep, an elder among ghosts. Many peers lie dust, he endures, frame unbowed. Still commands, but now the quill joins the blade, governing the Khan's vast quilt. Territories tamed from chaos. Harsh, ever, but understanding blooms. Obedience with olive branches, rule with reins of reason. No endless war, he knows, the steppe starves on blood alone. With scribes and Khans, he weaves, tax rivers, law roots in conquered soil. Demands obedience, yes, but tempers it with the elder's map. Here, his truest forge, training the young wolves. Decades distilled, tactics inked on minds, inspiration breathed like fire. Discipline's whip, loyalty's bond. Historians whisper, Noyan's legacy lives not in graves, but in the Khans he birthed. Compassion stirs too, gifts to the faithful, wealth for the scarred, monasteries gilded by his hand. Ceremonies under moon and mantra, spirit seeking balance. Age reshapes him, brutality's echo softened, wisdom's light kindled. A man reflecting, scales tipping toward meaning. 1270s, 80s claim Noyan, rare as a summer snow for a life in the saddle. He survives where eagles fall, body a map of battles won. Consulted still, a living saga, strategy from his lips, governance from his gaze. His name? Fear and awe entwined, campaigns etched eternal. But the empire phrase, he sees it clear. Khanate splinter like dry bone, Genghis's iron ring rusting. Unity? A fading thunder. Noyan, history's student, knows, no sun climbs forever. Empires bloom, blaze, and bend to dust. Minter now, not Mauler. Tales by fire. Charges that shook the world, pivots that stole crowns. But laced with shadow, the war's hollow ache, conquest's orphan cry, power's vain echo without heart. Reflection true? Or age's gentle veil? Those near him swear. The fierce youth yielded to a sage, thoughtful as the dawn steppe. Music somber, distant pyre crackle. VO weighs legacy. 1280s, fractures widen, Khanates drift like steppe clouds. Noyan, 90s etched, clings as Genghis's last thread, a bridge to thunder's roar. Power ebbs, battles beyond his grasp, yet counsel flows, territories steadied by his word. Knowledge guarded like sacred flame. Dignity his armor, no lament for fading strength, no curse at time's scythe. Acceptance, pure as mountain melt. Youth's flock, advise us, grandfather of storms. He speaks, situations dissected, stories spun with reverence. A legend breathing, unbowed. 1295 to 98, mid-90s claim their toll. Noyan fades not in clash, but quiet. Natural as leaf fall, illness a soft thief. No blade's kiss, no horde's roar. An elder honored, kin at his side, steps sighing farewell. His passing ripples the Khanates, significant as a Khan's fall. For rulers served, Asia and Europe scars his mark. Dozens of commanders risen from his forge. Territories tamed, operations etched in stone. Noyan dies a legend, stories his shroud. Noyan's echo, profound, a Khan's vein in the empire's heart. The Mongol forge's finest, brave as tempests, skilled as shadows, wise as elders, loyal to the marrow. From steppe boy to horde's thunder, dozens of fields claimed, Europe bowed. Yet shadowed, suffering's architect. Lands ravaged, resistors ground to dust. Orders followed, yes, but his hand thorough, mercy a stranger. By our light, brutal beyond bearing. By theirs, the era's unyielding code. Historians carve him complex. No villain's sneer, no hero's halo. A man of his forge, skilled, dedicated, in a machine of conquest grind. He teaches, history defies black and white. Warriors brave can wield atrocity's weight. Understanding him, unraveling the human storm, glory's price, ambition's blade. Noyan, the legendary Mongol warrior. From steppe cradle to empire's forge, a saga of blood, brilliance, and the quiet after thunder. Ambitions rise, conquests roar, wisdom's hush. He was the storm, and its echo. A tale of man's peak and pit. Worth the telling, worth the scar. Thanks for shadowing history with us at History in the Shadow. Loved Noyan's thunder? Subscribe, bell on, more legends await. Like, share with your horde. Comment below, hero or reaper, commander or scourge. I read every voice. More warriors, empires, turning points, coming soon. Ride on, until the next shadow falls.